Hello, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to you all from Reason Together TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, according to your time and wherever you are watching us from. If this is your first time of coming across my channel, please don't forget to hit the red subscribe button down below and also the bell icon for notifications so that whenever I upload a new video, you will always be the first person to be notified. This case that you are about to watch is a case of marriage misunderstanding. Please stay tuned while the defendant and the complainant make their statement for peaceful resolution. Until I come your way next time, remain blessed and bye for now. Ciao.
Once again, thank you for being with us. Oh, oh, this. Okay, let's hear you out.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. We are married in 2006. We are both traditionally, legally, and religiously wedded. And that marriage is blessed with 4 kids, 3 boys and a daughter. It all happened in 2007 when we started. We don't have much with our menial salaries. And I tried to talk into my husband the way we should save so that we can continue living better. And which we agreed to open a joint account. And in that joint account, during the period of that joint account, after our wedding, a mutual friend gave us a wedding gift of a job, which my husband took over the job. That is in one company called Century Energy. And things started getting better. I was still in Intels where we met working. And in that period, the agreement was okay, we will we will be saving the money. I will use my housing upfront to be paying the rent, then feeding the house, and with any other thing like clothing or menial things. While we use his own salary after removing his transition to office to be saving for a land purchase. And that continues. We were, we were able to save up to 1.2 million then in a particular account, which happens to be initially my account, but we both write letter to the bank so that we will both be signatory to that account, and we are living in peace. One December, we traveled after I had my second child. We traveled to the village, and on coming back, because the agreement we've already seen the land, we are supposed to pay, but because the money is not complete, and I told my husband, okay, since in January they will pay me housing upfront, let's use the housing upfront to complete it, then fence the land round so that encroachers will not come in, knowing fully well that we don't have money to make peace for anybody that will try to collect the land from us. And he agreed. We traveled. Little did I know that the plan was changed. On coming back to Port Harcourt, then we were based in Port Harcourt. On coming back to Port Harcourt, 2 weeks later, second week of that January, we are paid housing upfront. I have always been open in this marriage. And I told my husband, the housing has been paid. Should I withdraw it so that we will complete the money for the land and get some to fence the land? He was not forthcoming up with the land matter. I keep insisting. We got the land through a parishioner's brother. And the woman was feeling as if maybe we bypass her to go and buy the land. And I told her no. I keep disturbing him. I said, let us not channel that money to another thing. This money has been saved for the purpose of land purchase. And one fateful Saturday, I was about going to work, my overtime work. I now told him that, okay, since you don't want to go for the land, that I will go and meet them when I'm back from work so that we'll finalize. And he now suddenly told me that, no, that has he not told me about Enugu house? Jokingly, I smiled. I said, which Enugu house? Did you buy house in Enugu or you started robbing people? Jokingly. So he said no, that there is a house that they lived during his parents' civil servant, that they want to buy that house. And he promised his parents that he is going to buy the house for them. And I was shocked. I said, "Ah, do you have money?" He said, no, that is that money we want to use in buying our land. That you want to take the money and get a loan, add to it, and pay for the house. And I told him, wait. If you would, there is nothing wrong in you buying land for your parents, and there is nothing wrong with me buying any property for any family member. But we don't have the money. If it is support, fine. That I can squeeze out 200,000 from my housing, we use it in supporting them. That means our own land issue will still be on hold. He said no, that him and his mother has agreed that he will be the one to buy the land. I said, but you can't take decision like that when you know that the money is not for you alone. We started having issues with respect to that land, which later, too many problems. My elder sister had to come in and told me, don't worry, give him the money. In fact, he actually went behind me to the bank to withdraw the money. But unfortunately, we've been all going. He can sign a loan, I can sign a loan. But I don't know what happened that day. He went there, I never gave them any instruction, and they refused to give him the money because he went to withdraw the whole money. They now asked him to go and meet me to countersign. My second child was sick then, I was in the hospital. He came with a paper, he wrote something, he was very furious, angry. He came and said, what happened? He was shouting. The nurses had to come and tell him, you are making noise. Shouting. He was shouting that why that it is money. Why will someone go to take his money and they will not give to him? So he gave me the paper that I must.
Madam, go ahead. I will talk to my office.
He gave me the paper that I should sign. I took the paper and I kept it. I told him, for now, my son is sick, that he should be patient. When we are discharged, that I will read it and get back to him. Which finally, 2 days later, we are discharged. I came to the house with my baby, and he was still insisting that if they lose that house, there will be problem. So finally, I said, okay, fine. Let's share the money 50-50. He said no, that his own money is bigger. I said, how is your money bigger? It's my money we are using to pay housing. It's your money, it's my money we are using to eat, to do every other thing. So how is your own? So after much quarrels and all that, he decided to take 800,000 from that money and leaving 400,000 naira, 400,000 for me.
So what happened?
So what happened finally? He took loan and now bought the house on his parents' name. While me started saving, because that day when we are quarreling, he told me he would die for his parents, he will not die for his children. So that if I want to build my own, if I want to be skyscraper, he doesn't care. And from that time, I started saving money. And to the glory of God, I was able to acquire a land behind Intel's in Port Harcourt, which I finally built up to a roofing level right now. It's a duplex. And from that time, after much years, after my third son, he has not been doing anything. So one day, I called him because I saw him. He's not good with money, the way he lavish money. And I called him and said, henceforth, you will take up your responsibility as a father. Buy food stuff, do everything, which he accepted. And we started. He started giving me 30,000. Then I have 2 children. And gradually it was.
Sunday, you're not serious.
When it was when I had my third child, he increased it gradually to 100,000, and he was still on that 100,000 until on his own he decided to say, God has blessed me through you, and I should resign and come back to Lagos, because then every weekend most weekend he is in Port Harcourt. But at a point, he stopped coming every weekend. Sometimes he stayed a month, 2 months, 3 months. If I call him, he say it's work. And then I was still working. I was in Port Harcourt with those 3 kids, taking care of them, which he is doing his own bit. Sometimes he doesn't have money for school fees. He tell me, okay, borrow me, pay the school fees, I will pay you later, which he was doing. Eventually, he started pressurizing me. I should relocate to Lagos. The parents do the same thing, that the children are growing. We need to stay together. And I said, okay. By then, I have built that house up to roofing level.
So what exactly happened now? I don't want too much story. I have a lot of things to say.
Okay. What happened right now is that 4 years ago, After I gave birth, I was pregnant of my daughter after coming to Lagos. He started maltreating me. Then I don't have a job. I have already left Port Harcourt today. All the things he promised me before I left Port Harcourt, he said he will give me job, he will complete the house, that I shouldn't bother, that everything will be fine, that he did that one he did just to settle his parents, which I accepted and agreed. And on reaching Lagos, we only say 6 months later, he got another job, which is paying him very well. They are paying him ₦1 million, and out of that, he will increase the feeding money on his own to 200,000. Inside that 200,000 he's giving me every month is fuel money for house, for the cars, for everything, and I've been managing it. So any little thing, I noticed on coming to Lagos, a particular girl used to call him every morning between 4:30 and 5. And I asked him, why is this girl always calling? He said it's the people that used to join him to work. And I said, okay, but the time she's calling is too early. Why not? Okay, since you've been dropping them in the office, by now you people should have a bus stop or somewhere that you normally pick them. And I know some of his colleagues then, he gave me the impression that she's just their friend. I said, okay. And that continues until one day he threw my things out and told me that he doesn't want to marry again. I should go. I don't know anywhere in Lagos then. I carried my things. I was forcing to go inside. He was pushing me. My son was helping me to carry the
Just
things.
like that, without trouble.
Just like that, because he started
Without saying anything.
Yes, he started lying.
Throwing your things.
Yes, he started lying.
Madam. Your husband woke up overnight and started throwing your things. No argument, nothing.
That's what I'm saying. He started lying. So anytime I confront him, he becomes hostile because he cannot defend what I'm saying. He will turn the thing to quarrel. So that fateful morning, the same thing. I said, this girl that every time she's calling me, I must trace her and know her. He said, there is no girl anywhere. I'm accusing him wrongly. And quarrel started. Before you know it, he removed his wedding ring, threw it on the floor, and said he's not marrying again. I thought it was joke. I left the sitting room. He followed me to the room, started bringing my things outside the flat, and was pouring it on the staircase. My first son came and was helping me to pack it. He told him, I forbid you from carrying it, which I packed and put in my car. And I was crying. And the only place I know I go well is the church. I drove to the church, stayed there. I met the parishioner who saw me crying and asked me, and I told her. She took me to her house. I said, I want to go to Port Harcourt. You can't go to Port Harcourt and leave your kids. Just stay around. Don't worry. He will call you. And I went to her house. I stayed there. That Saturday, Sunday evening, because he knows he will go to work on Monday and nobody to take care of it, he started calling me continuously that I should forgive him. He doesn't know what came over him. Which I did, and came back that night and stayed. We continued staying like that, trouble. Every night he will go, he will come back 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. If I ask him questions, he will tell me that he's in a meeting. And I say, what kind of job is that you'll be doing meetings midnight? So finally, I noticed that he has changed. I tried to, when I saw that the money is coming, I called him. I said, okay, you know that most times when you don't have money, we plan. When money comes, you will change and begin to do another one. This time around, please, you promised me job, or business when I come. This Lagos is too hectic. I cannot do business and at the same time take care of children. When she asked me what can I do, I said I can sell foodstuff in a larger quantity. And he asked me to defend it, why he should give me ₦3 million for that business. And which I did and gave to him. Now, the children, I have never had a domestic staff. I've always been the one taking care of them. I drop them in school, I pick them in school. Even when I wanted to give birth to my daughter, I called him. He never answered. He was with the girl. Anytime he was with that girl, he will buy my phone. I cannot reach him. But if I give another person his number, the person can get him. If he come home, he will tell me the same story. So that was how we are living in that house. Today, quarrel, tomorrow, settlement, just like that. So on another occasion, after the death of my daughter, I noticed that I have conceived. He keeps still quarreling with me. One day he called me and said, don't worry, that anytime he asks me to go, I should not go, that he doesn't know what is coming over him. And in a day, one fateful day, he pushed me. We are in the parlor playing with my children, and The day when he threw my things the second time, I went to Port Harcourt. I was in Port Harcourt for 5 days. My children, I was trying to get across to my children, but their number wasn't going. And one fateful morning, a particular number keep calling me, and I don't know the number. I said, which number is it? Reluctantly, I picked the number. I heard my children's voice. And I said, where? They said, oh, mommy has picked the call. And I said, where are you guys? They told me that they are in Auntie Amaka's house. And I said, who is Auntie Amaka's house? They said it's daddy's friend. And they were crying. Mommy, that will come and carry us. Where are you? And I said, I don't know where is your daddy? That him and the Amaka has stepped out, leaving them with her sister. And on the process, I heard a lady's voice. Who asked you people to call her? That is how people said confusion. And she put off the phone. I keep trying the number wasn't going. On that process, the next day, the mother kept calling me I should come back, these children. And I came back to Lagos.
So what now happened, madam? I
Okay.
thought you met a lot of people outside there. And I
What
have a lot
happened
of
right
time.
now
Outside for all this long story.
In 4 years, he stopped bringing feeding money. He stopped taking care of the children. He stopped. The only thing he's doing is to pay rent and to pay school fees. The school fees, he doesn't even transport them to the school. I was the one doing that. Where we
I
are
thought
living,
you said you have a car that you are transporting the children to school.
That is what I'm saying now. I'm transporting the children to school, madam. There is fuel, there is maintenance of the car. He stopped feeding in the middle of nowhere. Now I have to meet my friends to help me with money to start selling kunu and zobo junction to junction for my children to eat, for my children to clothe. He doesn't do anyone. As I'm speaking to you now, they gave no quit notice. Where we were living before, he refused to pay. I had to take him to feeder. On 3 occasions, they invited him. He refused to come. But because I have gone to feeder, he was forced to, they were disturbing him on call. He now went, gave me 24 hours to look for where we are staying now, which I did. Now, after 2 years again, they've been calling him. He refused to pay the rent. He refused to pay the rent.
He refused to do what?
He refused to renew the rent.
Is he the person?
Eh?
Is he the man?
Yes, my husband refused to pay the rent he said he would be paying. Now they've given us quit notice. They brought it on Monday, and they've asked us to look for a place and move out, which my son snapped the quit notice sent to him, and he said that when we told him about, because he was lying that he has paid, and the people managing the house keep calling me because they know that me, myself and my children are the people living in that house. So they now called him. They told me they've been calling him, he has not been responding, and they sent him series of messages. So they now started forwarding all the messages they sent to him, and he didn't respond. And I started forwarding the message to him through my son's phone because he has blocked me. So that was how I decided to come here. And last year, the girl has given birth to a child. He bought a car for himself, bought a car for the girl. In 3 years, he has moved from one house to the other. So now, leaving my 4 children without food, without clothes, anything. Even the school fees is paying. Sometimes they block my children online from not learning. Sometimes the younger ones going to primary school, they will go there, they will say he has not paid. He say he will pay. They will turn them back. They will keep calling him before he will.
Did you later open the business?
No, he refused to give me the money. He refused to give me the money.
What about the money you saved when you were working?
The money I saved when I was working was the money I have put in that house, which he agreed that when I come to Lagos, he will complete it and still give me something to do. That is still for the family.
So where is he working?
He was initially working with one Vurin, which I went there 3 weeks ago before I came here and discovered he's no longer there. And the lady told us that he's somewhere in Lake Phase 1, but she didn't know the particular office.
With the same brewery?
No. He has left the Vurin.
Brewery is which company? What are they into?
It's an oil company, but he's no longer there.
The man is no longer there?
Yes, I have gone there to find out. They said he's no longer there.
So where in Lekki for Suwan is this man working?
I don't know. She said somewhere in Lekki Phase 1 that she chatted him, he told her, but he didn't tell her the right address. We went there. She doesn't know who I am, but we just asked her, thinking that okay, maybe they must have known where he moved from, going to that.
What is
company.
this man's name?
Ikenwanne Nwachukwu.
Kenwane.
Yes, Chubu.
Bring your phone for me. Hello, good morning, Mr. Chubu. Good afternoon. My name is Mrs. Solushola. I'm calling you from Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice Office. Yes, so got complaint from your wife, Ms. Nkechi Chubu, that you abandoned them and the kids. If he's taking your responsibility, the house rent has expired and all efforts to reach you prove abortive. And they've called you from this office, intimate you of the date of this case. You told them that you are not in Lagos. And she understands, she told us that you are in Lagos, that you bluntly refused to attend to the meeting. Hello? You said what?
Yeah, I didn't hear the last one. I think the line wasn't clear.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm Mrs. Solushola. I'm calling you from Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Office.
Okay.
We got complaint from one. Sorry. One moment.
Line is breaking.
Yeah, hold on. Bring something to clean up this water. We got complaint in our office by one Mrs. Nkechi Chubu. She told us that she is your wife and she's right in our office with some kids, that they are your kids. You are both legally married and you left the house to unknown destination. You abandoned the kids. You're not picking your responsibility. Where they are living, the house has expired and they've given them quick notice to leave because they were not able to pay up the rent. And all effort to reach you to fulfill your promise as you always told them prove abortive. They've been calling you, blocked her line, including the kids. They can't reach you. And from this office, they equally said she called you. You told them that you are not in Lagos. But from her statement, she said you are in Lagos, that you deliberately don't want to honor the invitation. Hence, we are calling you to hear out from you too.
Okay. Thank you very much. I've heard what you said. Okay, so I'm going to respond.
Okay.
So they called me from the office on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, telling me about the meeting of today. So I told them that the weekdays are usually pretty for me. Yeah,
Now what?
so
I barely hear you, please.
that the weekdays are usually very tight for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't tell the person. I can't remember her exact name because I found it very difficult to understand her name.
Okay.
So I told her that the weekdays are very tight for me. I didn't tell her that I'm not in Lagos. I don't know who gave her that information.
It's all right. If that is the case.
And then I'm not done. And then she now told me that okay, that what is done through phone. I said, okay, yeah, that's better. They now said I should get back to me. I didn't hear anything again there this morning. I got a text that I reminded me that like that, and I responded. I said that like advice. I said the response. I said to this number.
I
And the
hardly
person that
hear
called,
you.
can you hear me? I think your line is bad. Or where you are,
Okay,
where
what
you
we
are.
can, what
Because
we do, since you
because
always
I'm
be,
shouting.
hold on.
Because
It's,
where
a,
I'm shouting, I'm not shouting. You know, because you hear me.
it's all right. We will avail you our branch that opens on Saturdays. It's better you will have you in the house other than this telephone conversation because I barely hear you. And since you're always busy weekdays, we'll still make ourselves available on Saturday. So
I won't be able to call. So for me, telephone is better. So I think you know the way it felt. So I think it might be the weather or something. But I mean I talk to people but I hear me very well. So I don't know. Yeah, but on Saturday, maybe choose a time for me. Afternoon will be okay for me.
what won't be okay for you?
I said an afternoon work for me so that we can talk. You know, we can discuss it on the phone.
We can't discuss it again on phone. If you said you are in Lagos, but your weekdays are tight for you except weekend, then we'll
Yeah.
provide you that. I mean, we'll give you Saturdays, then the time you have to be in the office. We must not call you on phone any longer. You are in Lagos, so we have no reason
Yeah.
to be calling you. Why she and the kids are here? You will come to the office, then you will explain your own side of the story. There will be no point of us calling while you are in
Okay.
Lagos.
Okay. So it's word. So I'm giving a time that is convenient for me.
What is the time that is convenient for you? Then we'll work
Yeah.
it out with our own time too.
That's why I said afternoon. You know, I'm giving you a window. That is why I said afternoon.
There is no problem.
So afternoon I can call. You know, but to come to Kenya on a Saturday, that was very important for me.
Excuse
Because
me,
each
excuse me,
because I think
Mr.
each day I spend 5 hours in travel. So to do the same again on Saturday, that would be very important for me.
We are, excuse me, if we come, even if we come for you, the time you are avoiding to spend, you will definitely spend it. I think the best thing is for you to honorably honor this invitation and let this thing be resolved amicably.
Is it
You are not
something I can
traveling out
respond
of
on email?
Lagos. You just said the
Is it
weekdays
something?
are tight for you, that you preferred weekends, which is Saturday. And we're making the Saturday available for you. Then you give us time. You are not even going to Ikeja branch. You are going to other branch. You are not even coming to Ikeja. You are going to Egbeda side. Since
Yeah, but
weekday is
you
impossible
don't have
for
any.
you,
You
we
don't have any
cannot
branch.
compare you that you must be here weekdays because you are working. If you are working for someone and you are not independent, we cannot force you appearing in the office for weekdays. But weekend, you make a time. You can take Uber if you don't want to drive.
You don't have you don't have any branch on the island.
No,
So, you see, so
we don't have any branch on the island.
I,
We have branch in
I don't know.
Ikeja and Egbeda side. So if you choose Saturday, then you have to go to Egbeda side. If you choose
I don't know
weekdays,
what to
then you
tell
come to
you.
Ikeja.
I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I'm gonna come on this time and then I will not know because I'm in traffic now. So then let me ask you a question. Is it possible for me probably to maybe to respond to email or something?
You said what?
Is it possible to respond to email? You know, to respond to all the line items? Is it possible?
What are you responding to? That you abandoned them or that you did not pay the rent or which one? Or that you are not having access, the kids are not having access to you as their father.
Okay, you listed you know, you listed the point.
Can you call back on
I
this
want
line? Call back on this line. Possibly
I don't
she can briefly
uh,
say what she said. You listen to what she said, then you can respond.
I
So
won't be able to call. I won't be able to call that, but I need to buy credit.
you need to buy credit.
Yeah.
You won't be able to come to the office. You won't be able to call now. And you can only be able to respond on email.
No, I'm asking, is that possible?
What?
Is it possible to respond on email, you know, to see all the points, probably all those things that you said, you send it to me and then I'll respond to each line.
We don't do that, please. You are here. You are right in Lagos. You are right in Nigeria. You are right in even this Lagos where we're talking. So we can't be writing mail to you. Who is alleging you is right in our office. You can hear what she's saying, and you are comparing us to go and write you mail to respond to it. Are we in court?
No, I don't know. How do I put it now? I mean, you have something that is written that you're looking for.
You said what?
I said you have something that is written as well. I mean, all those points they were written down, right?
This woman in question is right in front of me, Oga.
Hold on now. No, hold on first. Instead that you have it written. Like that Saturday that they said and they called you, that they said that they have it written.
You don't need to ask all that. All what you need to know is to hold on. Let her repeat in brief what she said.
I'm going somewhere that you have.
You are the one that is busy. I'm not busy here. You are going somewhere. You don't have time to call. You have no credit to call. You have no time weekdays. Please, you just have to respect yourself. You're not talking to a kid here. And what makes you think I don't have anything doing?
I didn't say that, and I don't know where you're looking for.
I'm calling you with my credit. You cannot call back. You have no credit.
No,
you don't have time weekdays. You don't have time weekend. Now you are going somewhere.
I said I need to buy credit and call the bank because I can't buy credit from the bank. I'm network issue, so I need to go outside and buy credit and call back. So, but I do not know what you're waiting for. We're having a conversation, and so then we're waiting for.
Okay, what will happen?
That's what I'm saying. Because we have a conversation. Nobody shouting. We're having a conversation, and the next thing we're waiting for us. I take exception to that. I'm sorry.
There is no problem.
Okay, so when do you want me to call you back? Because I need to drive out to bank by credit. I can't buy from my bank.
There is no problem. We can call you now. Maybe if you get out to buy the card, you can send the credit back to this line. But let's continue to avoid calling back because we have other cases we need to attend to. This period we're talking to you is our own time, our own turn to handle her case. Hence, we are calling you. So instead of me taking words from her, it's better she just states in 1 or 2 minutes, this is while I'm here. My husband abandoned, whatever she said, just exercise a minute patience, let her repeat it to you so that you can easily respond whatever you want to respond.
Okay, all right. Thank you. So I would like to respond to that.
Okay.
The good is that she doesn't have integrity and credibility.
I can't hear you, sir.
So I said she doesn't have integrity and credibility.
She doesn't have what?
Integrity and credibility.
She doesn't have integrity
and credibility.
Why did you say so?
Yeah. So I have my reasons. Yeah, so that is why I want whatever I'm going to respond to. I don't want it to be verbal. That is why I want it to be written. Yeah, so that I'm responding to something that is written. Yeah, because I've been in a place, where she claims that she doesn't know how to read and write. When she was asked to make a statement, claiming that she doesn't know how to read and write.
I barely hear you, sir.
Can you hear me now?
What do you say, please?
Okay, you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay, so why I make that statement is because I have been in a place where she claims that she doesn't know how to read and write. She made that statement for officers of the law.
She doesn't know how to read and write.
That is why I said that she doesn't have to
Mr.
So
Hello, sir.
That is why anything that I'm doing.
Hello, sir.
Hello, I can hear you.
Please, I will need to end this telephone conversation now. We're still going to avail you our address. You have to come to the office.
Okay, I'll find a convenient time.
When would that be?
I have to check my stuff. Yeah, I have to check my stuff.
I can't hear you, sir.
I have to check my schedule for Saturday. And if it's free, I will let you know.
You let us know when before the end of today.
I will let you know. I'll let you know by tomorrow.
It's all right. Thank you. I'm not. What are you giving me? Did I need it?
No, I thought you were stretching your hands.
I'm
Sorry.
stretching my hand for it. Is it my patient? All right, viewers, thank you. I think the best way is to have this man in our office, let him air his own view about this allegation. If there is anything contrary to what this information or the allegation this woman have given us in this office, then we'll hear him out as well. It cannot be a telephone conversation. I cannot really reconcile what he's trying to say, that she doesn't have integrity whatsoever. She cannot read and write. I can't just understand. So the best thing is to have him in the office, and then we'll send him the address of our Limosho branch. Let him be there so that they can just clear the air once and for all. I think that is my own solution. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back in a moment.